Hi guys, it's Sam. Today I'm just going to do a quick update. The last time I talked to you guys, I had updated you on my system for the year, which was Hobonichi weeks for my planner, a B6 Stalogy, which is still at the moment coverless, and then my A5 Stalogy in a Chic Sparrow Creme Brulee folio as my Bible sermon notes, spiritual binder, notebook, whatever, which I actually don't have in front of me. It's in my kitchen. And I had been carrying a different weeks. It's really funny how all this happens. So sometimes I really don't think through what I'm doing and I just kind of go with things. I feel like I'm thinking about it a really long time, but then I realize afterwards that I didn't. So I had purchased the Toad Lily Weeks. And well, when I first bought from the Hobonichi release, I purchased the Latte Weeks, not the mega, just the regular. And then when I decided that I did want this beautiful cover, I ordered one of these, and then I decided I wasn't using the weeks, and then I sold it, and then I bought this one again. Oh goodness, I think I got it from Jet Pens, which they don't have this one anymore. And so I set it up and I moved all in and I put all my stickers in and I started using it immediately. And then I kind of froze because for the last few months I had been using the Hobonichi Cousin with my personal rings, and I was using it as a memory planner. And I was using those daily pages to write notes for podcasts that I was listening to. I was using them for a diary page, just whatever was going on that day, I was using that page. And so when this came in, and I decided I was going to use it as my everyday carry for the year, I knew I was going to have this as a journal. And I thought that it was possible that I would use it as a journal, brain dump / possibly more like a bullet journal. And then I just decided that realistically, I don't usually separate that kind of thing into that many buckets. So I really would rather this be a journal. And little snippets of things, which is why I chose the B6 size, because it's large enough to put a photo and some thoughts, but it's not so large. And then with Bible notes, I wanted a bigger space, so that's why I chose the A5 for that. But I thought this might be a really good option for a personal journal. And since I started doing some, oh wait, that's upside down. I started doing some Enneagram notes and things. And then I was like, no, I just want this to be my regular journal. So I have now separated it. But I thought, okay, if this isn't going to be the place where I dump my thoughts, I'm not going to have enough pages in the Hobonichi weeks. So Amazon Japan to the rescue. I ended up back in what I originally thought I was going to use, but the mega version of that. So this is the Latte Mega Weeks, and I ordered it from Amazon Japan. I think it feels like it was over the weekend. I could be wrong about that. And then it said that it was estimated to be here the 30th. And I don't know if you've ever used Amazon Japan before, but they use DHL, and DHL is super fast. It's even faster than the FedEx. And so what's today? Today's the 16th. So it was supposed to be here on the 30th, and I saw that it had arrived. It had cleared customs and was in Cincinnati yesterday, in the wee hours of the morning. And so I was like, oh, well, it'll probably be here the next day or the day after. And then I got the text that it was out for delivery. So it arrived yesterday evening. And so I worked on setting it up. At the moment, I do not have it in a cover. I have this Giglio. This one is the gold, the Apunto gold. I do have another cover that I think I'm going to like more on the way. I don't know. Right now, I'm not going to do anything for sure with this, but at the moment, we haven't bonded as much as I would like for us to have bonded. But And there was also the thickness to get over because, you know, I had carried, well, first I was carrying this just with the cover on cover, and then I had it in my old cover on cover that I had to washi tape the pen loop, but it's the only one that I did that hack with the Velcro. And I do have extras to do that again. I just haven't done that to any other cover. So I had to go from the thinness of this together to this inside of this. And I don't think that I'll use the back pocket enough to ever just love the fact that it has that added thickness. I might, you know, like I'm used to like a chic sparrow that doesn't have all of the bulk. So maybe I would really like the Vanderspec one that doesn't have that back pocket as well. I don't know. The whole year. I have the whole year to decide what my favorite cover is. So when I put the Mega Weeks into this, I was just like, okay, this just feels too bulky for me right now. So I decided to just grab a couple of things to keep it closed. So I'm using the cover on cover, which I did trim to go inside of the Gillio. And I have this, I'm not sure how to say it. It's like LACCIO maybe. It's a band, and this is a Hobonichi brand band. And I did purchase it a couple of years ago from the Hobonichi website. There's a couple of different options that you can use. They also sell this book band, and it has places for you to put your pen or your highlighter or whatever. But I don't know. For me, I don't use it very often, and so it kind of is difficult to just like easily pull on and off, and I don't end up using that one very often. Now you can use some elastic and a button and kind of make your own with these, but I like that it comes off really easily. Why do I have fur on me? It comes off really easily, and honestly what I generally do is I'll take it off and just like wrap it around my wrist, and then I'm in my planner, and then I'll slip it back on. I have the Ollie clip. This is a buffalo plaid that I purchased like years ago. I was just working in it, but I did have it to the week that we're on currently. But I had just gone through this morning because I spent all of that time adding stickers and then ended up in a different planner. Thankfully, I had purchased 2 sets of these stickers from Mandy Lynn Plans. So they're just like the clear, and these are the dates. So the only thing that I didn't get to redo is this page right here, and I don't know honestly that I will. I don't in the end use it all that much, so I might not. Now I do need to print another family photo here, which I always put in this spot, but I think everything else is done. So I've gone through, and then I had extras of these stickers because I hadn't decided which one I was going to do. So I ended up using these instead of the script. And I think that they're in the end a little bigger. And I think I actually like that better. So thankfully, the stickers that I had purchased to put in here came up really easily, and I didn't have any trouble moving them into here. And then I had this floral washi sticker. I think I actually got this in some happy mail from Siobhan from Just Scribble, I think. And so I just thought, that'd be pretty there. It doesn't add a lot of thickness. So I went back through today and I added the stickers for the year and our known appointments and birthdays. And so the other thing that I did, when you buy the little stickers like this, you have these little like see-through colored dots that come with it. So I did go through and do that. So just for the birthdays for like my immediate family of my husband, myself, and my children, I have added these little dots and then written the name of the person whose birthday it is to that day. And the other thing that I haven't been able to do then is I did have originally the holidays here, but again, that took up a lot of the room for that day, and you know that these little boxes are pretty small, so I don't know if I'll order those again or not. But I was glad because I did something in my Hobonichi weeks for this week that I ended up really not liking, and I was grateful that it came when it did. I had like sectioned this off with a bunch of different lines, and then as you can see, I got rid of one of them with that cream colored washi, not cream colored correction tape. So I had already done something in my Hobonichi weeks that I didn't love, so I was like, oh good, I get to do a redo. So it's just like really, really simple planning. I've just been, and these aren't, I got these off without like ripping anything up, but it's, they're not sticking as good as they like originally did. I just didn't want to feel like I wasted them, you know. So I've just been keeping things really simple. I use Tombow to highlight the sections that I have over here. I have been sectioning off this side because I'm used to, with my ring planner, having all of those ways to track. And as soon as I don't have enough, as soon as I don't have as much mail coming in, I'm going to go back to the way I originally used the Hobonichi weeks. When I used it years ago, I always kept a habit tracker down here, and I am going back to that, but I'll just wait until Christmas is over. And I've always done my weather here, and so I've just added this section here to keep track of my work hours and what we're eating for dinner. And then this week I incorporated also my steps because I walk like all day at work while I'm watching for shoplifters, and so you can see the huge difference on my days of work and my days off. So I'm going to add in my steps into here, but I don't like this like thinner line, so I'm definitely not going to redo that. So I go from doing something that I didn't like for this week back to something that I didn't like for this week. So we're only a few weeks in, but I am loving being back in this little planner, and I am really enjoying the simplicity of it. As far as the back pages go, I didn't share this, I don't think, originally. This is so far the only spread that I have in the back. I usually go back through and like pre-label a bunch of stuff, and there are some of those that I'm going to work on today actually after I film this video, but this is the only one that I had so far, and this is filled out in the other one, the Toad Lily, but I'm waiting until after this video to fill it out. This was just a place where I was listing what we had purchased each of the children for Christmas and then for my husband. And then this is where I was listing what we were having on our menu and then just some activities that I wanted to do. And so my setups in here are going to be kind of like this, maybe a brain dump, lists, notes I'm taking about various things. It'll have like YouTube ideas, books I've read, or I hope to read more in the next year. I've just not been in a very good mental space with all of this going on, and we've had a lot of like personal stuff going on this year, and I just haven't felt free enough to just kind of like enjoy myself with pretty much anything. And I'm hoping that changes for the next year. So I would like to put books read, movies watched, things like that, and a lot of places to write menus and lists and brain dumps. I have gone back and forth with my thoughts on that, feeling like that's not a good thing to like have in there, and that's the kind of thing that I would like rip out and throw away. But it's still, even if it's a shopping list, you know, it still tells a story of the life that you lived that year. And maybe it's not something that I would appreciate looking back on this year, but I do keep these little planners, and maybe it would be something that I would look back on fondly years down the road. You just don't know, especially if you're a person who is very like drawn to memories about, you know, the simplicity of your life. There are no rules when it comes to what can be a memory, but I kind of go back and forth in my thinking about, oh, I just don't want to fill that book with such mundane little things, but all of those little mundane little tasks really do equate your life. And so I'm trying to step away from that thinking. So as I build this up, I will be sharing it with you guys as much as I can, unless it's like a really personal page or something, and then I'll just post it over it and share with you what I can. But I'm really enjoying it. Oh, and I haven't cut that bookmark out, but I didn't like untuck it from there, so it's not bothering me at the moment. But it will be cut out because I can't stand those little bookmarks. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on moving to the Mega Weeks, away from the Toad Lily. I am going to go ahead and keep this Toad Lily, so I'm sorry. In the past, if I had stopped using one this early on, I've usually parted with it, but I do think that the design of this one is beautiful, so I'm going to be hanging on to it just so that I can look at it. And there's always the offhand chance that I find something to use this one for, maybe a social media planner or something like that, that I would just keep here on my desk and not travel out anywhere. And so if I get rid of something, I usually regret it and end up finding a use for it. So I'll be hanging on to that. But this is going to be my everyday carry, and I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys have figured out your 2021 plans or planners or planner. At this stage of the game, it's getting like down to the wire for the planning season. So if you haven't found your planner for the year, you better hurry, especially with the mail being as tied up as it is, because who knows when a planner would come if you still have to order it. But if you have just found out about Hobonichi Weeks and you think, oh yes, this is actually exactly what I was looking for, I do highly recommend using Amazon Japan, because they are super, super fast with shipping. It took just a couple of days to get to Japan, to me in Ohio, and it's been that way every single time I've ordered with them. You can use it in English and see what it's going to cost you. The shipping isn't crazy. I think the Mega Weeks was $33 shipped to me, with Amazon Japan, with shipping that was that quick. So I definitely highly recommend. I think for this particular listing, it was in a different color, and then you went into the page for the Mega Weeks and you were able to use the arrow to select down to select different colors. And the last I checked, they still had the cherry one, and they had this latte, and they did have the twinkle one. And I was kind of between the twinkle and this one, but this one has the gold lettering on it, which I really like. So latte it was. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much as always for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.